I got my start in the real estate business the day Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy. So
Wow.
that was my first day. I never knew what the market was like before then. And so I kind of feel like it's just the way the story is supposed to go, right? Wait till the world falls apart, and that's when you start making moves. And it's been good. Like we've become like the last 3 months have been insane, since we launched. It's like we're an easy choice for people because they're sick and tired of the way things have always been done. And they're like, all right, well,
Absolutely.
Serhant has a new company. Let's try that. And
Yeah.
so
Let's go digital. I feel like everyone's going digital. And they
Yeah.
always said after the plague came the Renaissance, and you're part of that digital renaissance.
Yeah. We believe very, very strongly in the power of digital marketing. And I think that replaces almost any other form of marketing going forward. And it already has. Like, this isn't something knows. But we have a very, very big and robust social ads team that we've had for years, and it really enables us to drive traffic and drive more deals than all of our competitors who don't even know how to do it, to be honest, and they think it doesn't mean anything. And then
it does. It means everything in this day and age, I think.
Yeah.
So what's up with New York right now? You're there. You're grinding away. I think people said New York was over just to say that New York is back. Do you feel like that was the ploy?
Yeah, no, I think it's easy to hit people when they're down, and so
right.
But at the same time, 1 million people did leave New York City, seemingly overnight, and that's a lot. But they're all coming back. They're all already starting to come back. Like, they're already missed New York City. Oh, I shouldn't have left. I shouldn't have rented out my apartment. What do I do? Where should I go?
Exactly.
Oh, are there really good deals? So now we've got all the people coming back. Plus, we've got opportunists who see New York City on the news and just say, oh, look at all the stuff that's going on in New York. I could probably get a really, really great deal. And there are.
Yeah.
We've been super busy.
What do you think the market is discounted at right now? 20%, 30%? Because everyone says it's the time to buy. So what's the discount?
I think we're probably like 7% off February, but it depends on the listing. I mean, there's certain properties that we're selling at asking price. There's certain properties we're doing it at 40% off. It really depends. Just, we've made a pretty big pivot this year to really focus. I mean, we focus on everything, but the minute we saw blood in the water, we started calling every buyer. We changed our ads. We put them towards buyers. I mean, I'm a broker, right? So I want to do transactions. I mean, we closed yesterday on a deal in Miami for $33 million, the penthouse of Arte. We closed next week on a deal at 157 West 57th Street where the guy paid 34.
That's
My
incredible.
guy's getting it for basically half off. We just closed on the penthouse at 565 Broome. It was asking 30. We did it for 2.5.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of the 10 million plus market has been incredibly active on the buy side. And so we've been putting a lot of our efforts there. And in new development, it's a good time to really kind of ruffle the feathers right now.
I feel like new development got hit the hardest in New York, but we'll get back to that. Ryan, we're going to jump to a game. Explain that post. We're going to show you a post from your Instagram, and you explain what's going on in this picture. Here we go. All white.
Yeah, that was last year. That was Zena's first trip to Greece. So it's my wife and I and the baby, I think, on our way to dinner, and we had our yaya, so her mom, take that photo. There's like 600 images of that one, and that's the one where the baby's not crying.
Oh,
so obviously that's
perfect.
The one.
Explain this post. What year is this with you and the boys from $1 Million Listing New York?
I want to say 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago because it was pre-Tyler, who's on the show with us now. And so, that was 2 years ago, probably before we did. That looks like I'm outside on 6th Avenue. So that's Fox, before we did an interview for Fox.
I love that. And explain this one with everybody and their babies.
Yeah, that was shooting the season finale. Again, 2 years ago, before Steve had his baby. That was the day he told all of us, by introducing us, one, to his girlfriend who we've never met, and then two, oh, by the way, she's pregnant. We're all like, what?
That happens.
What? And we all thought, Steve's a jokester, so we all thought he was joking. Like, I was convinced that there was just some girl that he hired to mess with us and like was wearing a fake belly or something. And
Oh
then
my
nope,
God.
nope, he's found a girlfriend, had a baby. It's all real.
It's a real
Great.
deal.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, now we're going to go over to talk about your new book, Big Money Energy. I love this title. What does that mean? What is Big Money Energy? This is coming out in January, folks. So you can pre-order now on Amazon.
Yeah, you can pre-order it now anywhere. Big Money Energy is what I called successful, confident people when I first got into the sales business. Because, you know, anybody is successful. You see guys running around, women, they're like, okay, you're successful. But what is that thing? What's that quality
Right.
that those people have where they can walk into a room and they can control the people in that room and get exactly what they want out of a situation and out of life without necessarily being completely prepared, right? How
I
do you
love
have
that.
confidence when you're not confident in the situation? And
Mhm.
so I always thought those people had, you know, money energy, big money energy, and everything that I used to call those people. And it's something that I always wanted, but I thought I could never have it because I didn't come from that world, and I wasn't born in New York City, and I didn't grow up rich. And, you know, I thought maybe it was just something reserved for everybody else who was successful, and I would never get it until the light bulb went off in my head. And I realized, you know what? I can control my own destiny. The future Ryan can be whoever I want him to be. He doesn't have to be me. He can be the person that I imagine right now, the confident person, the person who does actually make money, the person who isn't worried about paying their bills. And I can create that person out of the canvas that I am right now. And that's the person you know today. Had you met me 12 years ago, you would have met a slightly overweight, introverted theater kid who was broke on the streets in New York City trying to figure out what he was going to do next.
I love that story. And now your body's so jacked. We were watching your YouTube channel, and I was like, where
Not
did
a
he get
workout.
his
It's not a
jacked
workout
body?
book. That is for sure. Yeah.
That's your next book, a workout book. Okay, so Big Money Energy, I love that. You guys
Yeah.
are going to get a chance to win a copy of Big Money Energy. We will pre-order it for you if you can guess the price of Serhant's latest listing. Let's go over to 520 Park Avenue. Guess the price. 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms.
Yeah.
Ryan, take us inside.
So this is 520 Park Avenue. It's the 23rd floor. It's a full floor. It's currently set up as 3 bedrooms, but it's got room for 4. The owners never lived there. It's in a Robert A.M. Stern designed tower that's beautiful on 60th Street. The developers of the Zeckendorf, so they did 15 Central Park West, 15 United Nations Plaza, everything. It's amazing. And it's got huge views of the Upper East Side.
I was going to say, look at that view of the
And
park.
Central Park, yes.
That's
what it's about. Very big, beautiful ceilings. The finish level is gorgeous. There's nothing else really like it on the Upper East Side. And so this is a resale. This is a guy who went to contract as soon as the building was announced, closed, and then decided to never move in, and now is looking to sell it.
Incredible. Audience is already guessing the price. We've got a 10 million of 14.5. Someone said 4.5 million. They're fired. 13.995, 22.5, 7.5. Ryan, what is the correct asking price?
I feel like some of these people are cheating because they're on their phones and they're going.
Yeah. Amir's a cheater.
Yeah. The asking price is $22.5 million.
$22.5 million. We're not going to give it to Amir because he always cheats, but we will give it to Jonathan Deegan.
All right.
I will pin his comment. Jonathan, you have won the incredible new book coming out from Ryan Serhant, Big Money Energy. Ryan, I'm so excited to read that book now that you've told me a little bit about it. You're already a best-selling author of Sell It Like Serhant. Do you make a lot of money from these books, or is it just your way of giving back?
Both, I guess. You know, if I'm being
Is that a hard question?
You know, Big Money Energy was I think a record book advance for business books, and especially for sales books. And I wrote it. I kind of had a gun to my head. I wrote it during quarantine while also building the new brokerage in total secret, also during quarantine. So it's kind of been a little, you know, this year has been a lot.
Yeah,
but
I bet
it's also. Listen, we have a big education platform. A big part of our business is e-learning, and so we have a big sales course, right? The Sell It Like Serhant course that people can go to if you go to ryanserhant.com/course. And I love our course members like I do my own daughter. And we now have just over 6,000 members in 110 countries, and they are all crushing it left and right. And so Felt Like Serhant was a way for me to give back and with what I know, and then it turned into a lot more. And Big Money Energy is the same thing. The biggest question I get when people read Felt Like Serhant or take the course is, okay, I know what to do. I know what I'm supposed to say. I know how I'm supposed to write. I know I'm supposed to walk down the street and introduce myself. I know I'm supposed to do an open house, all these things, but I feel nervous. I feel sick. My palms are sweaty. I have imposter syndrome. Am I wearing the right outfit? What do I do? They're not ready. And Big Money Energy is that answer. It was the natural follow-up for me. It's the secret sauce, right? If Felt Like Serhant is the ingredients, this is that secret sauce that ties it all together so that you can walk into the room and completely own it.
I love that. I love that. Well, if you're just joining us, you're watching Real Talk, and we've been so excited to have Ryan Serhant on the show. He's here to play some games with us, tell us a little bit about his new book, and also take us inside Big Money Energy. And this week we're sponsored by Agent Image, who does incredible websites. And if you say Agent Image in the comment section, we will DM you with an exclusive offer. Ryan, since it's the holidays, we thought we'd pop over and ask you, what is your favorite holiday memory of recent?
Of recent?
Yeah, or just in general.
Yeah, I would say it's a toss-up. I mean, last Christmas, because it was the baby's first Christmas, was pretty cool because I've never experienced anything like that, and she thought everything was insane. And this year will be pretty weird now that she's older. But I'll say, we did our honeymoon. We got married in 2016, my wife and I, and we got married in Greece in the summer, and then we took a few months to go back to work and live our life. And so then we did a delay. So we did our honeymoon that winter, and we did it Christmas in New Zealand. And that was probably the coolest Christmas I've ever had. Christmas in New Zealand.
Christmas in New Zealand.
It was insane. Like that was.
Isn't Christmas when you're not at home the best?
Yeah, it was wild. It was so cool. If anyone can get to New Zealand, obviously when the world opens up, that is a once in a lifetime trip because it's so far.
All right, well, it's hopping over to our next game, Serhant or I Can't. This is where we tell you things about New York living, and you say Serhant, which means you can do it, or I can't.
Okay.
Times Square during rush hour, Serhant or I can't?
I can't. I can't. No.
But aren't you on your phone the whole time? Like
I am, but I'm incredibly impatient. My day is booked to the absolute minute. The last thing I want to do is sit in traffic, and I'm that guy. I yell at cars that are parked. I'm just like,
oh no,
what are you doing? And Yuri, my driver, is an absolute lunatic, and he will yell in complete Russian, and it gets aggressive. He's known to have gone up on sidewalks before.
I love that. I love that. Okay, next one. Living next to the BQE, which my producer had to explain to me what that was.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. So it's that highway that runs between Brooklyn and Queens and connects everybody. And it's super loud. It's full of trucks. They're all downgrading on every corner. So it's like, I can't do it.
I can't. Running through Central Park.
Serhant. Yeah.
Serhant.
Yeah.
Serhant. Hamptons weekends.
I will say Serhant because, being in the Hamptons on the weekends is nice. I will say, though, that I don't go to the Hamptons on the weekends. And one of the big keys for me when I first got into this business was I looked at every other broker who was successful, and they were all going to the Hamptons on the weekends. And I said, okay, I don't know anyone in the Hamptons. I don't have that kind of money. The way I'm going to grow my business is I'm going to be here working while they're all in the Hamptons.
Well, they're hungover.
And I did that like every weekend, every holiday for 3 years. Nice. 2008 to 2011 was not taking a single day off. And I just hustled, called, emailed, prospected, talked to strangers on the street while everybody else was at the movies, sleeping, or in the Hamptons. I was in the city working my ass off.
Ryan, are you sober? Because some of the most successful agents I know here in LA are sober.
Yeah, I'll have like a glass of wine on a Saturday night, like date night type thing. But other than that,
for the most part,
I don't drink during the week. Dude, I wake up at 4 a.m. I I'm not sober because like I have something against alcohol. I just can't. I can't wake up at 4 a.m. and and go work out if I've had a drink the night before.
Exactly. You can't be hungover. Walking the Brooklyn Bridge, Serhant or I can't.
Serhant. It's actually it's a beautiful walk. It's so cool. New Yorkers don't do it because it's such a touristy thing to do, but it's amazing when you walk across it because you're reminded of the beauty of New York City and the architectural masterpieces that exist. Like the ability to build the Brooklyn Bridge when they built it, like I can't even imagine.
and the fact that like you're just a visitor in this city and it's going to go on after
yeah
you.
Yeah, it's insane.
I love that city. Well, we're going to give you guys another chance. We have so many people commenting from around the world. I'm going to have the comment section say where they're watching from, and you're going to choose your favorite country, and they will win another copy of Big Money Energy pre-ordered, which you can pre-order right now anywhere. Amazon, Apple Books, iBooks, Barnes & Noble, anywhere. So we've got a love from India. We've got Netherlands. We've got, oh my gosh, there's so many, I can't even see the.
We got a lot of, I got a lot of course members in here. I'm seeing the comments.
Greece, Vancouver.
Juan just joined. Juan, I just wrote back to your email. You're the man. Can't wait to meet you.
I love that you have such a personal touch. Canada, Dubai, Austin, London. Which one are you going to choose? Wisconsin. I love that. Serbia.
So you want me to just choose one?
I want you to just randomly choose one.
I will say, as we go through, there's a special place in my heart for Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
And I was thinking about going international, but at the same time, I appreciate it. But my grandmother just turned 95, and she lives in Wisconsin. And I don't get to see her that often. And Wisconsin's been through a lot this year. And it's also a state that's taken really good care of a lot of my family who live between, Kenosha, Milwaukee, and in the Green Bay area. And they're also all freezing their asses off right now. So Wisconsin it is.
Dana_Herman from Wisconsin, USA wins Big Money Energy. Dana, DM us, and we will be sure to get your address and send you a copy of the book. When does the book come out, Ryan?
February 2nd.
I said January this whole time. You didn't correct me?
Listen, it's buy the pre-order. It doesn't matter when it comes out. Go to Amazon.com and pre-order it. And we're also doing because I sound like Serhant. I had so much fun touring. I went around the country. I spoke to brokerage groups. I did speeches, thousands of people. It was so awesome, like meeting agents and salespeople all around the country. And I can't do that this year. So what I'm going to do is starting this Thursday. So we'll do, I think, 5 of them. I'm going to do what I'm calling Big Money Energy Power Hours. So this Thursday at 7 p.m. If you go to my Instagram channel, you'll see, I think my most recent post where I'm holding the book kind of tells you how to get the link and all that stuff. And I'm going to have special guests. Maybe I'll have some $1 Million Listing guests. Maybe I'll have some Shark Tank guests. I'm going to have people come in to talk about, what it means to lead life to the absolute fullest version of yourself. And so I'm going to give away free chapters, secret, it's going to be really, really cool. So that starts on Thursday night.
I love that. Well, Ryan, would you like to play another game or take questions from the audience?
We take questions. There's a bunch of people here, so I'd love to see what questions they have for me.
Okay. What is don't you think it's kind of a service? How is it possible to love someone you hate? These questions aren't that great.
Just say hello to me. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Have you ever swam in the man pond? That's a terrible question.
Moving on. Swam in the man pond.
I've never swam in the girl pond. We're speaking with Ryan Serhant. Ryan, let's go back to your YouTube channel, which is popping right now. You are creating original programming and almost like your own television network. We call you the digital disruptor of real estate. And one of our favorite shows is Listed. Where did you come up with this concept of kind of starting a network and a media empire?
Yeah, Listed has been a labor of love, and it's a lot of fun this year. And it was as we were starting the brokerage, I wanted to give the agents that work for me a platform to grow their brands the same way Bravo did for me 10 years ago. So I don't control Bravo, But I will tell you, we sell more real estate from our YouTube videos than I ever have from Million Dollar Listing New York. And so we created a network in partnership with YouTube. And we've got right now 7 shows in production that will live on YouTube that they don't star me. They star, if you scroll down there on that listed page, they star agents who work here. So, you know, Talia, Brad, Brian, we've got a show coming out called Meals and Mansions starring Jason Baker, who's
That's cute.
got a big Instagram account called Jason Eats. And he goes into the kitchens of beautiful listings that he has and cooks a meal in them and then brings in a local restaurant to review his meal. We've got a stage show about how you stage $20 million listings. Like,
that's cool.
Good for the agents.
I love that. Okay, well, if you guys are just joining us, you have to check out the YouTube channel. Now we're getting a bunch of questions. I think there's a delay, so like 30 seconds later, now all the questions come in. Let me see if I can choose a better question. Biggest frustration. How did you go from acting to real estate?
Super easy. You don't make any money being an actor in New York City, so I ran out of money and I had to get a job. And so it was bartend, wait tables, or get a temp job, or move home, honestly. And I didn't want to do that. And so to stay in New York City, a friend said, listen, get your real estate license, rent apartments. If you rent a $4,000 a month apartments, your commission will be $4,000. You'll split it with the house 50-50. And so you'll make $2,000. And I was like, in a day? Like all I have to do is show someone an apartment that's not mine. And if they want to live there, I make $2,000. That's a job? No fucking way. And I did that, and I started making some money. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes into the business.
Yes, of course.
But it was, it's an amazing, being a real estate agent is an amazing career if you can make it work. The sky is
so much work. It's not what you see on TV. You're working 7 days a week, and you have a child, and you have a company. Like it's a lot of work. The most successful agents I know work all the time.
Yeah.
Just like any industry.
Yeah.
This next question goes into our Serhant's chance. Ryan, how do you stay positive and motivated in a highly competitive market? And you have a lot of ways. We wanted to get your personal chance for motivation because you have a lot of sayings. And
yeah,
what would you say?
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many ways I stay motivated. You have to understand if it's a seller's market, right, you want to work with sellers. If it's a buyer's market, you want to work with buyers. If the market's completely volatile, you want to be handling both sides. So you've got to be able to pivot your business really, really quickly. If COVID shuts down your city, you've got to be able to pivot. And so people have a tough time in sellers markets because they work with buyers and they get bid out and they get down on themselves and they think it's too hard and only the biggest brokers have the listings. And so, right. But I will tell you, there are listings that are tough to sell, and those are the listings you go after. I love, to this day, I mean, we sell a lot. I love good expired listings, going after expired. I love being the second broker, right? Getting things negotiated down. Like, I don't care if we list something for 10 and sell it for 6. Doesn't mean anything to me. I just want to get the deal done. And if it's a seller's market, right, you can be very aggressive with people. And a buyer's market, I think, is probably much tougher, which is what we're in right now in New York City, than a seller's market, because trying to get a buyer to get off the fence, to actually pull the trigger when there's no pressure to pull the trigger at all. Interest rates aren't going anywhere. They're super low. Who knows what's going to happen in the world? What's going to happen in the market? What's happening in New York City? No one, or wherever you are. That is a tough market, but you got to make it work, right? You got to sell the deal. I think that's the biggest piece of advice I could give, and I know this wasn't a question, but now it's on the top of my head, is 2 things. One is I don't work for anyone but the deal. And I'll tell my clients that. If I'm working with a seller, I'll just say, just so you know, I don't work for you. I know you want a broker who's going to rub your belly and have a fiduciary to you, and I will, but I don't work for you. I don't work for the buyer either. I work for the deal, and that's why you're hiring me. So nice. I just want you to be ready. And I say the same thing to buyers, and I say the same thing to our developers, to the point where, I will tell them, I might not be the right person for you. If you're looking for a broker to come in here and appease you and be okay and this, that, the other, that doesn't work for me, because then we won't do deals, and I work for the deal. So just keep that in mind. A lot of brokers, I feel like, are tour guides, and you can't be a tour guide. You're not just showing homes for fun, right? You work for the deal. And two, my mantra that I've always said, that my dad taught me when I was a little kid, is before I leave the house every day, I put my right foot out and I say, ready, set, go. It reminds me, and reminds the muscles in my body that every day is a race. You just don't know what type of race it's going to be. Could be a marathon, could be a sprint, could be hurdles, could be a crawl, then goes into a sprint, then a marathon. You just got to tell yourself, this is sales. Every day is new. That's what's exciting about it. And it's a race, so let's run.
Interesting analogy. I love that. If you're just joining us, you're watching Real Talk with the digital disruptor of real estate, Ryan Serhant. And this week we're sponsored by Agent Image. Ryan, we're going to end the show because we've been talking about this. We've been talking to you for 30 minutes, and I know you got to go close deals. But first, before you go, it's the holidays. Could you tell us something naughty and something nice? No, forget that. We're going to skip that. Setting your intentions for 2021. What is one word that you have in mind for this crazy year that we're going into? What is your one word intention for 2021?
Initiative.
Initiative.
Yeah, my brain immediately goes to hope when I see that, but boring. That sounds boring. No.
Hope is okay.
Yeah, no, I think, listen, there is an amazing opportunity for everybody here to make something happen next year. We are coming out of fire, right? Fire and brimstone, the ashes of 2020, and that's okay. Use the next 15 days to plan ahead, create smart goals for yourself going into 2021, and fucking take the initiative to make it happen. There is no more waiting. The only thing you have to do is just start. Just do it. Just start making the goals and take the initiative to make 2021 your greatest year ever. There is no one stopping you except for yourself. I promise you. So that's my word.
Be a phoenix and rise from these ashes. I love that. Ryan Serhant, thank you so much for joining the show and sharing all your insight. You guys can catch Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time a special presentation on Ryan's Instagram. Ryan, what's that presentation called?
It's the Big Money Energy Power Hour.
Big Money Energy Power Hour on Instagram this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, pre-order his book, Big Money Energy. And Ryan, thank you so much for joining the show. Really appreciate you.
All right, I'll see you later.
Bye. That's the incredible digital disruptor of real estate, Ryan Serhant. And if you guys are looking to do something different in 2021, drop Agent Image in the comment section. They are our partner for the week, and they're going to release a digital listing presentation, a touchless open house software, and you can be one of the first to get it. They create websites for incredible top agents, including the Altman brothers, Aaron Kerman, everybody here in Los Angeles and New York. They've created over 20,000 websites worldwide. Drop Agent Image in the comment section, and you guys will be one of our first founding members to get access. A touchless listing presentation software that the best use, and you guys will be able to get it first. I'm super excited about this software. I want to thank Ryan Serhant for coming on the show and giving us all of his advice. I mean, he's got so much energy. It's infectious, and I love everything he's doing with digital disruption. I'm your host, Alexander Ali of the Society Group. This is Real Talk, and I want to thank you once again for keeping it Real Talk. Bye-bye.